Guess I have to be not muted. Oh, I forgot my water. Be right back. Going to grab some water. Okay. Hi, Keys. Yes, leaving already. You weenie. Hello. Just letting everyone know on Instagram that we are live. Okay. Hi, hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. How are you guys today? Wow, you guys are on time. Yay for figuring out Twitch stuff. Okay, Belkel2002. What is your name? I saw that right before the stream you subscribed, so thank you for that. But I will never remember to say Belkel2002 every time I mention you. Hello. Okay. I know. 6:30 is... It's always a tough time for, like, non-West Coasters. Which is why I like to do a Saturday stream, so then I at least have one where everyone has the opportunity to join. But this weekend I will be... Oh, Belinda! Hi! I'm so glad you're joining us! I guess I probably should have put 2 and 2 together. Bell, Kel, makes sense now. Hi, I'm glad you're here. But this weekend I will be having a crafty slumber party weekend with Miss Retro Hip Mama and Kelly Bangs. So I will be occupied. Hello. All right, so today's plan. Ugh, I'm in a funk, friends. Not a funk where I didn't want to stream, but you guys know I am struggling with my depression and anxiety right now. Pretty bad. So I really just did not feel like committing to a project. I'm just like kind of in a funk in that area of things. Today in particular. So I printed out the subscriber exclusive printables, and then I also have my art journal here and this set of stamps and dies from Altenew that I grabbed in their recent sale over the weekend that had an International Scrapbook Day in it. So I think today we're just gonna kind of do a free play day, not really working on anything in particular, just kind of playing with some of the things I've been loving, some of my new things, and just kind of hanging out with you guys, taking it pretty easy. All right, so if you are a subscriber and you don't have access to the download library yet, which I'm gonna say this every time for a while because Cody and I are still working on a solution to this problem, but if you are a subscriber and you don't have access to the download library, send me a message. Probably via email will be the easiest for me to send you the info. hello@maidenmojave.com, and we'll get you access to that. There's not a way for Twitch to send you the information automatically when you subscribe. So we're working on creating our own version of something to do that, but in the meantime, you just gotta send me a message. So sorry about that. Hi, hello, I'm glad you finally caught it also. Okay, so wait, what was I saying? Oh, subscriber printables. I recently shared a set of journal cards, and then I'm really excited about these. They're like the simplest of things, but they're so fun. Like the colors go so well together. So we have 2 sets of numbers and punctuation, and then 4 sets of alphas, both caps and lowercase. And they're in like a spring color palette. So we have like a green, blue, pink, yellow. It's like a mustard yellow. And then over here, actually this is more of a peach. The numbers are a like deep turquoise-ish color and a light pink. So my plan with these, I printed them on clear sticker paper. My plan with these is to cut them out and then mix the colors together. And I printed them 2 to an 8.5 by 11 size paper instead of a full 8.5 by 11. So they were a tiny bit smaller because I'm planning on taking these with me this weekend. And then also just because I wanted a nice mix of all the colors and I didn't feel like printing them all individually. Ooh, let me see. I got your message keys. Oh, they turned out so good. Hold on, I'll show you guys in a sec because I know a lot of you were here when we were talking about the Mod Podge. Okay, let me turn my brightness down a little and allow my screen to rotate. Okay. Wait, I think I have to turn my brightness up a little now. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's a good picture. So oh, autofocus. Hold on one sec. There we go. So they're little wooden blocks. Of course, it's not going to focus. With photos on them. There's the other side. So that's what we were talking about on, what day was that? Saturday? Saturday, yes. These are part of the subscription, yes. So if you are a stream subscriber, they are in the subscriber download library. I'm thinking right now I want to work in my art journal. There was a page that I started. So this is kind of like, it doesn't really have a rhyme or a reason. There's one that I did not, a layout that I did not too long ago. This one is almost done. I really want to, I don't know if you can tell like the white lines where I kind of traced some of the colors. I want to go over that in this Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleedproof white because the white gel pen that I used, it just is not vibrant enough for me. So I'm planning on doing that today, but I want to wait because it'll be wet and then I won't be able to turn to a different page, you know? So. He is quite the crafter. He's quite the woodworker as well. Okay, so I'm gonna be working on this layout that I started the other day, but I started it pretty late at night and I didn't have proper lighting because my eyes are so bad. I couldn't cut out my hexagons because I couldn't tell where the line was because it was too dark. So I'm gonna cut these out, fussy cut them so that we can do a little like, I don't know, I want like a little honeycomb type thing. And then over here I have these 2 photos, one of each of my cats, and I want to put those in the little pocket and then like add some other things. So that's the plan for this thing that we're working on now. Okay. I actually don't know if I'm going to have the patience to cut these out right now, so we'll see. I'll probably cut out a few of them and then get bored and do something else. I'm kind of feeling like playing with my Distress Oxides, and maybe I also grabbed a I also grabbed one of the Altenew ink sprays when they had their sale because I haven't tried their ink sprays yet and I've been really curious about them. And this was one of the colors that was on sale. So I grabbed one to see how the formula was. So maybe we'll play with that as well. The orange is a little more vibrant than it looked online, so that I'm not really crazy about, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't have the patience for this right now, so we're going to come back to this later, maybe, possibly. Okay, we'll just put these in here for now. And we'll play with those. This page right here, I actually made while I was doing the swatches on the sides of my Distress Oxides this weekend. And this is every single color of Distress Oxide that I own, and I basically just took a piece of plastic, like packaging, and just kind of smushed it down and around with no rhyme or reason. And it was just going to be like a scratch paper, and then I was going to just cover up most of it when I did a layout on this page, but then I really liked the way it turned out. So yeah, that's that. Keys. I need I don't know what the keystone effect that crafting would have on some other sort of ecosystem, but I would like a set of wooden blocks to demonstrate that, please. I really just want the wooden blocks with pictures on them, so whatever pictures you see fit. Trying to figure out what I want to do with these. Maybe we'll just play in here with them, kind of like I did with this whole thing, and then see how it turns out, because that seems easy, and I can't make decisions today. So let me grab... I'm going to grab a little clip to hold this open. How are you guys today? Are you crafting and working on something, or are you just watching and listening? If you are working on something, don't forget to share it on Instagram or whatever social media platforms you use using our stream hashtag. It's right there on the screen. It's MIMCraftyStream. Okay, I'm thinking Victorian velvet. Forest moss. Are you printing printables or cutting printables? Either way, that sounds like a good plan. Teenagers, ink swatch books. You guys have a lot going on. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yes, what does hitting the whoa refer to? And doing TikToks? Is that an exercise?
A video.
A what?
You take a little video of yourself. Do it, share it to your friends.
Is it an app?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. Still not sure what hitting the whoa is, but I've learned what a TikTok means. Okay, back to color selection. I'm thinking I need... Oh, you know what else I wanted to do? I'm getting distracted, but I wanted to see what color... If I could get a really deep purple out of mixing these two colors, because I did it a little on accident the other day, and it made a really pretty purple. So I'm just going to do that really quick while I decide what color palette I want to use. One of these has a hole in it, and so I want to make sure that I don't have ink. This is the one with the hole. Okay, let's see. Oh no, kids these days. Is that just a new thing, or is that thing something people have been doing forever and I've just never heard of it? Have you ever heard of it, Cody?
Hitting the well?
Yeah, where not the term. She explained what it is. Where
No, I've never heard of that.
they throw an invisible nothing at each other and catch it with a. Okay. I wasn't sure. Maybe it's something that's been going on for like decades and decades, and I'm just out of the loop. Okay.
Yes.
Drea has teenagers. It must be a new teenager thing. I'm still not sure I understand it. Like I get the concept, but I feel like I'd have to see it, but I also feel like I would suffer from extreme secondhand anxiety if I saw people doing this.
If someone told me they were gonna hit the well, I would assume they were smoking weed. I don't know what else there is to think about that.
Someone secretly filmed their teenagers hitting the woe so that I can see this. Please and thank you. I don't have teenagers accessible.
Addicted to hitting the well. My strange addiction.
No. Are you serious? Well, now you guys have really given Cody a tangent to run off. He's now watching My Strange Addiction videos where people are addicted to hitting the woe.
This guy's 22 and he does it.
Wait, let me see a video of this. Mine and Cody's desks are like right next door to each other. Or not like right next door as in different rooms, as in like right next to each other. And so I'm going to look over at his desk and see this video. You have to move the back of your chair a little, but yes. Oh, Rob.
He's about to do it.
Rob is going to hit the woe. I'm ready.
Right now. Ready?
I'm ready. That was it?
I think
Stop. Link this video in the chat right now so that everyone can see this.
I think this is satire, though. It has to be satire.
Okay, Cody's gonna link something for you guys. Please tell me if this is satire or if this is what your children look like doing this, because I would really like to laugh at your children if that is what they're doing. Let me see it. Oh no. You know, funny enough, as much as teenagers are like weird and annoying, if I were to ever be a teacher, which I never could because I hate people too much, I would teach high school. And I don't really know why. I've just decided that a long time ago.
Oh yeah, it's satire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
I watched another like seconds.
Oh my goodness. You guys. I'm reading your comments and I'm just... You guys are really making this day better with this whole hitting the woe situation. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Are you guys seeing that color? I don't think it's going to show up as pretty as it is in person on the screen. My instinct was right, and this is a super pretty purple color. I might be biased a little because purple's my favorite color, but I still think... Drea says it really is just like that little hand twirl thing. Oh, Allie. Oh, I mean Babs. Sorry. I'm too excited about this hitting the woe. I can't even remember your real name. She says that's what it looks like also. So the satire was pretty correct. Is it a dance move or is it like a game? You guys, we really need to get hip on this stuff. We're on Twitch, so like the young teenagers that hit the woe are gonna come visit our stream, you know, since they're so into crafting. And they're gonna be like, wow, these old people don't even know what this is. Can't watch them. And I'm not even old. So I feel like I should definitely know what this stuff is. Okay, I did not see that ink going that way either. I actually expected it to be more of like a deep, like navy purple, but it's really pretty. So that was Seedless Preserves and Faded Jeans mixed together if you guys want to recreate that. Isn't that super pretty? And I'm looking on the screen. It's not coming up super true to color for you guys, but like it is at the same time. And when I do my packaging technique with these, I really like to go like this with my nails. And then when you pick up your thing inside of your Distress Oxide, you'll have those little swirl marks. It just makes it look more distressed. Let's see. Yes, okay, just again, in case you weren't paying attention, Seedless Preserves and Faded Jeans. I always need those things repeated to me like 30 times because I don't pay attention enough. I should start every stream by discussing a new fad or by blending ink. Because both I'm okay with. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I need to get a... Also, this is totally what I needed today, was just a, like, free time to just play and not really work on anything in particular. Just some crafty chat time. Okay. Oh, by hitting the whoa. By hitting the whoa, I see. Yes, silly me.
I decided that you both need to learn how to do that.
Oh, is this one of our 2019 couples resolutions?
I think it should be.
By the time we figure out how to do this and what it fully means and stuff, it's going to be so far out
That's
of
good.
style.
That's even better.
It'll be vintage by then.
Yeah.
A vintage move.
And I think that your fans would enjoy.
You think?
Yeah.
Hi, Jen. Let's see what other ink combinations we can come up with. This is exactly how that last page started, by the way. I think with this one, I'm going to keep it to like certain tones. But I have been curious about mixing a few other colors, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. You know what else I really wanted to do? So when I trimmed, I'm going to let that dry a little and think about what other colors I want to mix. When I trimmed the sides off of... See you soon! When I trimmed the sides off of... What am I talking about? These things. What is this stuff called? Clear sticker paper. Goodness gracious. I kept the extras because I was thinking, like, how cool would it be to put something on here and then create like your own little washi strips rather than just throwing it away, which is what I'd normally do. And I know that this would look really cool with alcohol ink put on it, but alcohol inks are not near me right now. So we're doing Distress Oxides because they are. So let's see what we can come up with. Where'd that packaging go? Oh, it's right here. I am just losing everything right now. Found it. So I'm not going to squeeze this. I don't want any more water to come out because I don't think that this paper can handle it, but I do want to use a water brush for this. So I'm just going to kind of do my, actually I will squeeze a tiny bit of water. I'm going to do like my blobbing that I do on a normal sheet. Oh, it soaks in really quickly. I thought it would kind of sit on the top a little, but it does not. and you can see like every stroke. So you'd have to do like a really smooth. Okay, let's let that dry and see how it goes. Put it right there to dry. And in the meantime, I'm just going to add this to here because it's in the same color family. And that was Seedless Preserves just like on its own, which is still too bright of a color for me, but it's really pretty. And clearly when mixed with other colors, it makes really pretty colors as well. Also, if you're like me and you use a lot of paper towels or baby wipes, because you do mixed media and stuff, if you save them and let them dry, they make like really pretty background pieces. Where did I do that at? I used one, shoot, what project was that? Oh, it was a, I think I used it in I used some of my old paper towels in a project for Retro Hit magazine in one of the issues. Maybe spring of last year, summer of last year, one of those two. Okay, this is drying. It looks kind of gross, so maybe Distress Oxides are not the way to go for that, but we'll visit it again. Right, let's see. I'm gonna add Victorian Velvet now. Yeah, I'm gonna add Victorian Velvet. And I do just add a little bit of water to help it move around. I realize I just flung that. Yes, okay, good. I'm glad that I remembered the correct project. I love Victorian Velvet. That's such a pretty color. Okay. What color do I want to add? I think I want a secondary, like, color family. So I'm gonna go probably with my comfort zone of olive green. And then I'll probably throw in a little bit of like browns and grays. So I'm thinking forest moss, pumice stone, and maybe some frayed burlap. So here's a question for you guys. If you're a Distress Oxide user, do you know of any way to get your lid to stay on more? Most of mine are okay. Like they at least grip. Like once you push it down, you can feel that it grips, and so like the air is fine. But like this particular pumice stone ink pad, like it just falls right off. And I'd really like to avoid that. So if you know of any way that I can stop that from happening, I'd love to hear your tricks. What color do we have over here? Iced spruce. That one I might add as well. Let's start with forest moss though. One color at a time. Remember that. Who starts these trends? I'm still on the, what is it? Hitting the block, hitting the, what is it called? Hold on, I have to go back through. Hitting the block. What is it? Hitting the woe. That's what it was called. I'm still on that because I was just thinking about it, and I want, who, like, invents these things? But also, I'm probably just going to go ahead and say something that other people have to be wondering. Who is birthing children these days that are so confident in themselves and everything that they're doing that they have zero embarrassment to do something called hitting the woe and doing a TikTok in front of other people? Because I was a pretty confident child, and I don't even know if I would have been confident enough to just go about these things. Well, kudos to you for birthing those confident children. And I agree, we should start hitting the block, whatever that means. The only block, I think...
Like
Cody thinks it sounds like eating a piece of cheese. I pictured someone hitting a stamping acrylic block. So, priorities, right? Okay, I like that. It got a little brown and muddy in here, but that's okay. We can cover that up. I need to start drying these layers before putting more down. So that's what I'm going to do really quick. I will mute you guys so that you don't have to listen to the heat gun, and we'll be back in a sec. Right. Fun fact, almost every time I use my heat gun, I almost set paper on fire because I don't have patience, and in my mind, if I get closer to the paper with the heat gun, it'll just get hotter and dry it faster, but in reality, it just gets hotter and starts to smoke and smell burnt. We're gonna go in with pumice stone now. Hi, Pook. We're gonna stick to like our 2 hours tonight. I think that's about as much as I have in me. Although, if things get going, I won't stop the party, so we'll have to see. Over here. Coming together nicely. I also got a really good idea earlier when we were eating dinner before the stream. And I will show you. Hold on. Yes, I will still be here. Run to the store, spiffy quick, but be safe. So I'm always looking for really opaque white splatters or white like lines or whatever I need to use the white for. I want it to be really opaque. And so there are a few different things I used for white on my typical like mixed media projects. I'll either use my Jelly Roll white gel pens or my white Uniball Signo gel pen. These Jelly Rolls pick up the color a lot more than the Uniball white Signo. And this gel pen writes really smooth most of the time. If I want something extremely opaque, I use my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleedproof white and just a really tiny paintbrush, which is probably what I'm going to use today. But I have this StazOn opaque white, what is the color? Cotton white. What is this? It's a re-inker for a StazOn ink pad, and I absolutely hate using this stuff as ink. I just don't think it does a good job. I am the biggest negative Nancy when it comes to white ink pads. I just have not found one that meets my expectations. So I started thinking, like, so I don't have to waste this stuff, what if I just dilute it a little and use it for splatters or lines or whatever I feel like using it for? So I'm gonna try that.
So sorry, Steve, but we...
What video? I'm sorry, I was talking. Shut up. We're getting a TikTok and a hitting the woe. Am I allowed to put that in the stream, or do I need to go over here and watch it? Where did you post that? In your stories? Oh, please do. Oh, there.
Wait, stand by.
Oh, hold on. Cody's not here. I didn't know it was gonna just start. It just jumps right on in. Okay, let's turn our volume up.
Okay.
I don't want to make you guys deaf, so it might be really loud. Oh. I'm so confused about what I just saw. Which part was the woe or the hitting the woe?
The
What?
arm movement.
The little twisty thing?
Do. Yeah.
That's it. That's the hitting the woe. So it's a dance move, basically.
Yeah.
I just. What? Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to watch that probably 37 more times after this stream before I fully understand what I was just seeing. I like it. And again, I'm just going to compliment their confidence because what part of that is the TikTok portion though? Why is this so hard for me to understand? I just don't understand. Okay. I'm not going to use my good paintbrush for this because that's my favorite paintbrush and I don't want StazOn junk getting stuck in it. So we're going to use this one. What is this? This is like a little flat brush. It's not going to work nearly as well because it doesn't have a lot of like floppiness. Okay, so I'm assuming by Drea's response, that was like a really good catching the woe. Hitting the woe. Gosh, why can't I remember that? The TikTok is the app. Okay. Does the TikTok app teach them how to do it as well, or are they just making it up on the spot? Like that's what they felt hitting the woe would go well with that song and like those moves. I feel like I have so much to learn right now. This just opened up a whole world, and I want you guys to know that after the stream, I will probably accomplish nothing because watching your video like 10 more times will then lead me to doing more research, and I will probably get lost on the internet for like hours and hours and hours trying to figure this all out. Okay, so things I didn't think through. I'm just gonna... Okay, but the app does teach the routine to you. I think I'm getting this now. Thank you. Thank you guys for your patience with me. I'm usually really tech savvy. It's just, for some strange reason, my mind cannot wrap itself around this. Okay, here's what's going down on the StazOn opaque front. Things I didn't think about. 1. This ink does not mix with water. It StazOn. Like its whole job is to just like to be. What is? I can't remember the type of ink it is. Solvent ink. So adding the water to it just made it goopy and gross. Please do. Thank you. Okay, I finally am understanding what's going on here. Yes, Mel, that's correct. TikTok is how they're recording it with the music and the moves, but hitting the whoa is the move inside of the TikTok. I'm also wondering if it's called a TikTok or if the app is just called that, and like what you make on the app is called something else. Okay, so when I added water to this, it just turned into like a sticky, goopy mess. And so I may have ruined this paintbrush, which is, I'm just glad I didn't use my good paintbrush. So the water thing is a no-go. Let's see if we, if I would have thought that through, I probably could have figured that out like before I went through all of that, but that's okay. Hi, Beth. I love you and I miss you. Okay, so with... No, see, it's so quick drying, you couldn't even really, like, do any sort of painting with it either. Okay, so let's just... We're gonna scratch all of that. This is gonna... Ooh, this paintbrush is nasty now. We'll leave it there. And I'm just gonna wipe all this off. I got it. Okay, I feel like I'm learning things from this now. I understand, mostly. All right, and obviously because it was stays on, like, it's not going to come off this plastic, so this is getting tossed. I was so, like, into the dance moves and stuff, I didn't really think that one through, but that's okay. There's plenty of plastic where that last one came from, and also plenty of paintbrushes where that one came from. So let's just go back to this, because we were making progress. You are my favorite. Also, I like that little emote, because if I call it an emoji, Keys will get super irritated at me and I'll never hear the end of it. I like the emote that you used. I'm thinking, should I throw in some Tattered Rose? I'm thinking that might be a bit much. We're already like really heavy on the pinks. Let's start throwing in some like other, what is this one? Peeled paint, that's what's going in next. I guess we're going with like a pink and purple and green motif. You guys, I'm so excited because I think today we hit a marker on Twitch of enough subscribers that I think I'm allowed to create another emote for us, like our own personal group emote, like the other three. So again, if you have any suggestions, send them my way because I couldn't even think of the first three. Oh, I feel like Drea and Beth, you guys have probably heard so much about each other. Now you're like e-meeting. Peeled paint was a good choice, guys. Go team. I love the idea of the scribble to represent I am confused. I think Mom will love that too. She'll feel so proud. Which, by the way, where is she tonight? She's probably with her cats. We are such a cat family. Some hands in fists so we can hit the whoa. You guys, we're gonna be so hip. People are gonna be dying to join this stream. All right. So it looks like I'm gonna have some work to do, and I'm gonna have to start replacing our emotes so that we have some usable emotes, because right now they're cute, but they don't really serve a purpose. So I will get on that. Yes. Yes, also some fists so we can hit the block, because we can't forget that. It's a new activity in our lives, apparently. What color do I want to throw in here next? I know what color I want. Weathered wood. That's what color I want. It has like a blue undertone, and I feel like a light blue would look really pretty with these. Although, you know, I bet mixing like antique linen and faded jeans would create a really pretty blue color. We're gonna try that one next because apparently this has become Distress Oxide mixing. I'm putting those there because otherwise I'll forget. Alrighty, you guys keep thinking because right now we have a scribble for I am confused, and we have fists so that we can hit whatever we feel like hitting because there's multiple options here. I need 2 more. All right. Okay, I'm gonna dry this layer before I go in with the new blue color we're gonna make. So I'm gonna mute you guys for just a sec. Good night, Mel. Thanks for joining in while you could. Okay, let's get to our color mixing. So I'm mixing antique linen and faded jeans. We'll see how this goes. Ooh. I think we found another good combination. So if you put more antique linen, it'll be more of like a light like a muddy seafoam, but in a good way. That sounded like it was a gross color, but like a seafoam with like gray undertones. And if you put more faded jeans, you get like a foggy blue kind of color. The colors that I like when I call things like foggy blue and muddy teal, like they make sense in my head, and I feel like they don't make sense to anyone else. So you'll see. I'm gonna put it down right now. We'll see what it looks like on the paper. Wow, do you see how pretty that color is? All right. So that's this color right here, and it is really pretty. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a gray, a light gray mixed with blue. Another winner in my book. Okay, good. You guys know what I'm saying. You're my people. Muddy teal, taupey mauve, you know, those kinds of colors. Okay, so I'm gonna say that would be another yes color combo for me. You guys want another combo to try? Do antique linen and faded jeans together. Really pretty. Taupey mauve is still referenced on a daily basis in this house. Cody will not let it go.
Now that I know it's a real color.
What color did somebody tell me it looked like? Was it maroon? Who was it that was like, well, I guess we've been wrong in our house. We've been calling that maroon all these years. Because that's exactly what it looked like, was maroon. I would not describe that color that they showed online as taupey mauve at all. Taupey mauve died in the 80s, Cody. Come on. Hey, Drea said it. Okay, what is this needing? You know what I feel like it needs now? I feel like it needs a clean wash of like white over the entire thing so that the colors aren't as vibrant. Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, I think so. Actually, I feel like I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna go to a new page and I'm gonna work on a new color palette. Because I just don't feel like finishing this one today. We're just gonna do some backgrounds. Let me dry this really quick. This thing right here, right? It looks like a fish body and a fish tail, and then the upper and lower fins. I'm sure they have more technical terms to refer to those, but yeah, if you put like an eyeball over here, it would be real creepy. But you know what would be cool is if you did something like this and then you found the shapes that looked like shapes and you like traced them. And so like that would be a fish, and then you gave the fish an eye, and then like over here you see like a moth, and so that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this blob. So you draw like a moth. Ouch. Don't make fun of me, Cody. Cody's making fun of me. What's new? Okay, what page do I want to go to? This page looks nice. Let's pick a new color palette now. Because it looked like a... Look at this. That... Are you looking at the stream right now, Cody?
No.
Exactly. So you don't even see the thing. That looks like a moth.
Oh,
There are the wings.
okay.
Shut up. He doesn't see it. In case anybody's wondering, this is just one of the Jane Davenport mixed media journals from Michaels. The paper is nice and thick, and I do like that. It doesn't like buckle or warp very easily, but it is definitely not paper for a ton of water, if you put a lot of water on it and then you use your brush, it pills and like gets fuzzy really easily and really quickly. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm thinking now it would be really cool to do like a monochromatic background. So I'm gonna do maybe monochromatic isn't the right word. I just want colors that are all in this, that are all the same. I'm gonna explain. Gosh, my words are not easy for me today. Okay, we're going with antique linen, frayed burlap, wild honey, mustard seed, and fossilized amber. So they're all yellow or like brown colors, but just different shades. They are not taupey. I'm gonna show you guys what colors they are. Although I guess frayed burlap could be considered a little bit taupey, so perhaps they are a little bit taupey. And then if I'm feeling like it needs something else, I'll add in iced marmalade, but it's a little bit more orange than the rest. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna start with wild honey. I just realized that I have my spray bottle sitting right next to me. So I could make this a lot easier on myself. But what fun would that be? Okay. I love this color. Which one is this? Wild honey. It's so pretty. So I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I get into a like more depressed or more anxious state than normal, I end up like gravitating towards something that makes me feel a little bit less depressed or a little bit less anxious. And for some reason right now, this like funk that I'm in, the only thing that has made me feel like less terrible is watching videos of people that treasure hunt in like rivers and lakes and stuff. And I just thought I'd share that with you because if you haven't ever watched a video of someone treasure hunting in a river or a lake, you should. It's actually really fun to watch. Scattered straw. I don't think I have scattered straw. Ooh, will you bring it with you this weekend so that I can see it? Or maybe like swatch it on a piece of paper if you don't want to bring the whole thing. I know you have limited space. Swatch it on a piece of paper and then bring that piece of paper. I am always looking for yellows. What am I using now? I've moved on to Fossilized Amber. Thank you. I am looking forward to seeing it. Ooh, have you ever used antique linen? Also, there's like a little gnat flying around and I don't know why. I'm wondering if... Would that help the lighting at all? I tried to adjust my light that's overhead here just a little bit. But probably not something I should be playing with right now, actually. Stay. What was it? Fossilized amber. Oh, I remember now the reason I brought that up, because Drea, I brought that up to talk to you about. Well, I mean, talk to everyone about, but you specifically, because I know that you enjoy like true crime type things. And this guy finds so many guns and stuff in these rivers that my mind obviously first goes to like crime scene. I bet these people threw these guns over like the bridge to try to get rid of them. And they just are like, he just is like swimming around in these rivers and lakes, and they're just like there, just guns, just being there. It's crazy, but it's also very exciting to me. This is probably old news to most people, but clearly I don't know what hitting the block or can't remember the other one now. Tic tac, tick, tick, what is it called? A TikTok. Those two colors are not super different, but they are in person. So Fossilized Amber is more, surprisingly more orange than Wild Honey. Wild Honey is definitely more yellow. I agree. I never knew there were videos like that either, but they're really fun. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Frayed Burlap now. And I'll probably do a little bit less of this color just because it's super brown and I don't want to overdo it. Ooh, I love it. Frayed Burlap has a lot of like hints of green in it. Super pretty. I'm not usually a fan of brown inks in my projects, but this one for some reason, I think because it dries with like a greenish undertone and then in sunlight it has like an orangish undertone, it goes really well with like other yellows and colors in that range. Okay, now we're gonna do antique linen. And I think I am gonna go ahead and add in a little tiny bit of spiced marmalade. I'm gonna add quite a bit of antique linen because I feel like it is a nice neutral like base color to fill in some of the white gaps. That did not go how I wanted it to go at all. In case you missed what happened, it ended up just flinging all over the desk instead of the page. Rudy watches magnet fishing videos? I was watching some of those too. Those are good ones also, but not as good. This one, the guy that I like the most, his YouTube is, what is it called? It's called Dollmighty, spelled D-A-L-L-M-Y-D, I think, or D-O-L-L-M-Y-D, one of those. I don't remember exactly. But he's like won awards for it and stuff. It's crazy. In a cool way. And yes, I'm all about those magnet fishing videos as well, because it's crazy what you can grab. Makes me wish I had like a river near me. I did not gesso the page before putting all of this ink down. I'm not putting a ton of water on the page, so it's not really affecting it too much. If I was going to be trying to move these colors more, I would have gessoed it first so that it took a little longer to dry. But for the purpose that I'm just kind of like slapping it down, it's working just fine without gesso. Yeah, so there are people, they get like a rope or a fishing line. The videos I've watched, people do it with a rope, and they get like a really, really heavy duty magnet, like one of the industrial strength magnets, and then they adhere it to the rope. I've seen videos of people adhering it to the rope in all different ways, and then they like sit on the edge of like a lot of the people I was watching were sitting on the edge of a bridge, like with their legs dangling through the little slats, and then they just like drop the magnet in there and kind of like move it around and then pull it up, reel it up, and see like what they have, what they got. Yeah, I'm lazy, and so I rarely gesso. I usually only gesso if I'm doing like a full mixed media layout where I'll be like putting layers upon layers upon layers of different media and possibly using texture paste and things like that. But for something like this, it's kind of like a hit or miss type thing. I guess it depends on how much ink you're using and how much water you're using, but I'm not using too much, so if you wanted to try this out, as long as you're using a thicker paper, you should be good. And this is a thicker paper. It's a mixed media paper. It's not the best quality mixed media paper, but it does work for that purpose. These people catch all sorts of things, like, and really quick, I'm just gonna add in here, I'm gonna add a little bit of, I was gonna add a little bit of another color so that it was less orange, so I think I'm gonna do antique linen, just so it's a little less vibrant. Let me scoot this over so you can see, because it is pretty yellow. People catch all sorts of things, like, I'm trying to remember. All the videos are blending together, and I can't remember if the guy caught the things using his magnet or if he was, like, swimming. Things that, like, you wouldn't even expect. Like, think of all the things that somebody would lose when they were, like, tubing down the river or, like, playing in the river or fishing or something, maybe dropping it off the bridge on accident, and then those things just kind of grab onto the magnet. The one video that I watched, that guy brought up a gun, like a full-on gun, with this magnet. I mean, it was a small gun. It like fit in the palm of this grown man's hand, but still. Okay, so now it's more of like a tangerine color after adding the antique linen, which I think is much more appropriate for this. Yes, dad's sunglasses, yes. And if that person had a lot of metal in their body and you had a really strong magnet, perhaps a dead body. But I'm serious, if you guys like treasure hunting type weird videos and stuff, you should really look into people treasure hunting in rivers and lakes. But you have to find the people that do it for like good reasons. Like this guy does it and tries to return the stuff to the people. or like to turn in the weapons to the cops in case they can be used in like open cases. So he does it with really good intentions, which I think makes it even more enjoyable to watch. But yes, he finds a lot of sunglasses and a lot of phones, like a ton of phones. And this is not the guy that does it with a magnet. This is the guy that like scuba dives in lakes and rivers to find things. Okay, I'm doing another little bit of this antique linen spiced marmalade mixture. He's very good looking, and so are his friends. They're a cute little bunch. They're just like fun and goofy guys that are just like out there looking for things and turning them into the people that they belong to. Nice, wholesome fun. Okay, I'm just mixing those two colors together again. It's really funny because I was binge watching his videos today, just because they made me feel relaxed, and so I was like, okay, I'll just keep them on, I put them on like the, continue playing mode on the TV in the background while I was working and stuff, and at one point in his videos, like I guess maybe when he first started his channel or closer to when he first started his channel, he had braces. And then the next video, he doesn't have braces, and he almost looks like a completely different person. So I thought that I had started watching a different channel, and I was very confused. So don't be confused. The guy with braces is him. Yes, look at that color. I love it. It has so much depth. Okay, I'm gonna dry this layer, and then I'm going to add the mustard seed. Normally, I would 150% support, and sorry, I'm opening the blinds now that the sun is not out anymore. Support throwing your current projects out the window to instead do something messy. But don't you have to finish that blanket, or at least your portion of it, by Thursday? Is that the same blanket? I think that's only 2 days away. The messiness will always be there for you. We can absolutely do some of this over the weekend, Drea. I will bring my Distress Oxides and we will just play. Yes, see? Okay, Thursday is right around the corner. You're in the home stretch. You should make doing something messy like this. Ow, sorry. I just got the strangest hand cramp. And it hurts really, really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Touch it?
Probably. It feels cramped. I can't get it to open, you guys. It is stuck. Not just this part, not the wrist. Like I can.
Ooh, your fingers are really swollen today.
Wow.
You're good, everyone.
We're good. We're good.
Looks like shadow animal.
Oh, my hand? I know. I can recreate it with this. Isn't this like... Wait. There is a shadow animal, like you put your hand, you put these ones out and then you put their ears up and then it's like, oh, like this. And then it's like a little dog in the shadow. The only shadow animal I've ever been able to do. Oh, it's totally funny. No, please laugh. You have to laugh at those types of things. It's a daily occurrence in our house, and it's really lucky that it was only my hand this time. Sometimes I'll like bend down to get something out of the fridge, and I'll be all like wonky, and Cody will have to like bend me straight so that I'm like a normal human again. Okay, back to what we're doing. We like to laugh at those things. They're nice and funny. Okay, what are we on? Mustard seed, that's right. Can my little shadow puppet, but not really shadow puppet hand be an emote? I'm sure we can find sign language somewhere that looks like that. Here it is. We get a nice laugh out of those types of things. But what were we talking about before that? Oh yeah, your blanket. You're almost done. You are so close. You have got this. I feel it happening again. I'm gonna be very careful with this hand.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna, it's just these two fingers right here. Yeah, my fingers are a little, we always test the swollenness by like whether or not my rings leave an indentation, or at least I do. And they definitely left an indentation today, so. They're having their own little thing going on. Ooh, look how much that color pulled it all together. I think I wanna do a little bit more up here. That's a really pretty color. Okay, let's do more of that. Guys, it almost just happened again. These two fingers, they're like boycotting this Distress Oxide in mustard seed. Okay. Also, I am always amazed at how much these little mini misters hold. I've been using that same one for like a week now. The last time I filled it was when I filled it on stream. And I'm obviously leaving out the 2 weeks that I was out of town because I wasn't using it those 2 weeks. All right, yes. I love this color so much. I didn't know how much, I mean, I've been using this color, but maybe in smaller sections or something. I just don't think I realized how much I loved this mustard seed color until I had it like smushed all over the page here.
Do you want anything?
No thank you. No thank you. I have my ice water here. It's really hot under these lights. I have to remember to stay hydrated. Okay, first of all, you are so the cool mom. If you are taking your children to an abandoned school to take photos. So you are already earning cool points there. Humans taste like pork. All right, well, I'd like to think that that person is assuming they taste like pork and not that they've actually eaten a human to know that. But you know, I don't put anything past people these days. My sister, who is here, likes to go to abandoned buildings and take photos also. Hook, where'd you go? She might not be here. Maybe I distracted her with those YouTube videos about the lake treasure. Please do. I am most ready to see those. Especially because I need to wait for this to dry a little bit. But this color palette is like, ooh, I feel so excited right now. I'm kind of wondering, okay. Oh, you're here. People are talking about abandoned buildings. I thought you might enjoy the conversation. No, she's back from the store, remember? She was the one commenting on the guy being attractive that was finding the junk in the rivers and lakes. Yeah, she's back. Ripe persimmon. Gosh, I can't remember like where the emphasis goes on this word. Ripe persimmon. That's correct, yeah. I really hate this color, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to love it because I really do like orange. But I like orange that's more along the lines of like spiced marmalade mixed with antique linen, that kind of orange.
Kind of like a darker raw sienna.
Oh gosh, this is why I've decided to keep you forever. Yes, raw sienna is a great color of orange. Although it's less of an orange and more of like a yellow, but that's okay. We're just getting technical there. Ripe persimmon. It's too neon, but I really want to love it, so I'm wondering if... Oh, okay. As long as you can hear me. I'm wondering if I mixed it with like antique linen, if I would like it more now that we've been making these colors a little less vibrant. Let's go ahead and try it out. And I just put a little of the ripe persimmon and a lot of the antique linen. And then I'm just gonna spray them and mix them together. Oh, excuse me. I just went to talk to you guys and I choked on the air. You know, normal person problems. What I was going to say is it's like a peach color once you mix it with that antique linen. It turns into like a peachy... I don't know if I like it actually. For this project. I like the color by itself. Thank you. I'm winning at all the things tonight. Including speaking and breathing, which clearly I'm going for it, if you couldn't tell. I'm gonna put it right there in the center. And just add a little dimension. And if we don't like it, we'll just cover it up. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it, so I'm good with that. Nice, okay, and then I think before we finish this background, I'm gonna do one more true yellow. I'm thinking that mustard seed on top, so that because like right now when I look at it, my eye is drawn to the orange colors, and I want my eyes to like initially see yellow. Let me dry this layer first so we don't get any muddiness going on. Now we're gonna go back in with mustard seed. A bit more of the like vibrancy of ripe persimmon comes through when you dry it because it was mixed with the water. But that's okay. It'll get covered by the yellow. I'm gonna do quite a bit of this yellow to finish off the background. And I think this one I actually am going to go ahead and finish the whole layout. I'm feeling inspired by it. Okay. I'm doing one page at a time, so I'm going to do this same thing over again on this side, but I keep overlapping at least one of the full plastic pieces worth of color to tie the two pages together so that they don't look like they're supposed to be independent from each other. They look like they are one piece. And then I'm kind of trying to add a little color here to this center area where it's a little bit more white. Okay, and then I'm gonna go on and do this side and just do the same thing. Whoop. And then whoa, okay. I'm being very clumsy. Which kind of matches everything else going on with me today, right? Like clumsy with my words and my breathing. In addition to the clumsiness with this ink. I love this yellow color so much. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to clean this up. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing with the rest of it, but I'll probably keep it pretty simple. Got a little bit of yellow. Ooh, look, I got a little bit of yellow on this one that we just did, and it looks really good, so I might need to add some yellow in there. I'm gonna dry this, so I am gonna mute you guys really quick. Alrighty. Now that that's done, I'm trying to think how I want to finish it off, and I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I want to use some of these letters. Ooh, those would look cute. Oh, but I don't have enough of one color to do a full phrase. Hmm. I know what I'm gonna do. Where are my little scissors? I'm just going to mix the lowercase and the uppercase. And I don't know how... Sorry, someone's texting me and... I don't know how this clear sticker paper is going to look on this background or if it will even stick well, but we're gonna try it out. I'm gonna cut everything out and then lay them out before I stick them down. Just because I'm gonna be mixing the uppercase and the lowercase, and I wanna make sure that I don't accidentally end up with like two uppercase right next to each other. And I'm not being too precise about how I trim these, just because the backing on them is clear. Sorry, I'm just brightening up the camera for you guys a bit. It was looking a little bit dark. I have the hiccups. Goodness gracious. I'm using the peach colored alphas for this. Oh, good night, Allie. Thanks so much for joining us. I know, it's always such a good time. I look forward to these every single week. Hope to see you on Thursday, and good luck with those teenagers of yours doing their... throwing their bricks. What is it called? Hitting the block. Hitting the... You know what I'm talking about. I just finally learned what dabbing was, like, a couple months ago, so it'll take me a while, you guys. Ooh, good job, Dreas. Make sure you share pictures of that. And if you don't feel like sharing them on Instagram, which I have a feeling you will share them anyway, but if you don't, at least share them with me because I need to do my ink swatching. I have a little tiny, like really thin, not even 6x8, it's smaller than 6x8 binder that I got at like Office Depot, I think, years and years ago, that last year sometime, or maybe the year before, I started using as my swatch thing, and I never finished. And so this year, one of my goals is to swatch all of my colored items, so like all of my inks, all of my paints, all of my paint pens, things like that, so that I have a better idea of what colors and what items in general I have. But before I just jump right back into that binder the same way that I was doing it, because I had just started, now would be the time for me to change my mind if I want to incorporate any other like techniques or anything into it. So I'm always looking for inspiration on that front. Good night, Mandy. Another reason I waited until closer to the end of cutting out the phrase to stick them down is because I tend to underestimate the amount of space I'm going to need, and so I always end up running out. Thinking I'm going to do it over here though, instead of right there. I'm just going to go ahead and stick them down now. Yeah, they seem to stick really well. The peach color is not showing up well, but the black background is, and so really that's all we need. And I did put that E down crooked, but I'm kind of going for the imperfect look anyway, so I'm good with that. Okay, I can already tell you right now, you guys are probably going to get annoyed seeing these letters so much on everything in the next few streams, but I have just now decided that that O is extremely, extremely crooked. I have just decided that I really love them a lot. They look so cute. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and go over each of the letters with the smooth side. This helps that clear sticker paper that I use, which are actually full sheet clear shipping labels, kind of melt into the page. Nice. Whoa. Also, I know the color is way off. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to show you that up close. I have my white balance on auto, and so it just takes so long to adjust that white balance. Just to show you one thing up close, I figured you guys know that my desk is not actually blue. I feel like it needs something right here, like an image or something. Ooh, you know what I want to put there? A stamp. And on this one, I'm going to use I just got a really fun idea, and I don't know how it's going to work out, and it might turn out terribly, and we might ruin this whole thing, but I'm okay taking that chance. I think I'm going to stamp a bunch of phrases in a light gray color in the background. So, or maybe I'll use antique linen, and it's in the same color family. I'm going to do antique linen, and I'm going to stamp a bunch of random phrases from my Chronically Crafty stamp set. That is the stamp set I have in my shop, and it's all about like chronic and mental health. chronic illness and mental health. So I feel like it's suiting to the day. I'm just gonna kind of stamp these all over the place. Let's see, I wanted them to be hard to see, but this you can't see at all, so we're gonna have to go with a darker color. I'm going to use Attic Dust in my Prima Chalk Edgers. It's a gray, a light gray color, but it does have a warm tone. It's a warm toned gray instead of a cool gray. So if you wanted the complementary color, I think it's the complementary, warm gray version, Tin Can would be the way to go. It's just a hint darker, but it's more blue, and Attic Dust is more yellow. Give this a go. Yeah, it's okay. It's the shade that I was aiming for. But I don't know how I feel about the whole stamping random places things. Maybe I need to do like a grouping. I did a second stamp, like a ghost stamp, but the background is way too busy to be able to see it, so. Okay, I'm liking this better. I'm gonna keep going with this direction. So what did this one said? It's okay to not be okay. And then I'm going to stamp. The next one is going to be I'll do this one that says keep going. Bye, have fun, Drea. How mad I said hello. Okay, and then, okay, that sounds like a plan, Drea. Then I'm going to use the phrase, let's see. Now I'm going to use the phrase, tomorrow is a new day. That one's always a good one, nice and positive. Okay. And then we'll use this one that says everything is going to be okay. kind of made that one run off the page, and I really love the way that looks. And then I'm just going to use a bunch of other one word, like one random word here and there, to stamp a couple more on this side, and then I think I'm going to call it done on this one. Really like it, actually. Wow, that word went on that block so crooked. I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna do one more. I guess with this makes 7, kind of. I think I'm gonna do one more stamped word or phrase or something on there, so that we have an odd number. I prefer to work in odd numbers. Okay. Although I don't know where I'm going to place this last one. Good night, Jen. Thanks so much for joining. I'll see you on Thursday. I think I'm gonna put this last stamp. Probably right there. So I stamped that one once on the paper towel and then on the page so that I could get a little bit of a lighter stamp for the second one, because I was stamping in an area that didn't have a ton of color, so I knew it would show up a lot more than the initial stamp did. And I like the way that turned out. So I think it feels balanced now. I need to add the date. Hello. Yes, I am still going. I'm finishing up an art journal layout right now. I'm glad that you decided to pop in. We're here. I'm gonna use this date stamp, which is like this is the one that has 6 numbers across. So today is the 14th. I'm thinking I'm gonna stamp this in, let's see. I'm gonna use Old Road in my Prima Chalk edgers. It's a little lighter than a black. It's like a charcoal gray, so it's not quite as harsh as a straight black, but it is a little darker and deeper than the Attic Dust gray that we were just using. And I'm gonna stamp this right underneath here. I think we should add some white splatters. For the white splatters, I am going to use my Dr. P.H. Martin Bleedproof White, which is like a white ink. A little here on my plastic that I was using. There is, I'm trying to decide what paintbrush I want to use, and I think I'm going to use my water brush if I can figure out where, here it is. Ah, okay. Should not be allowed to do anything tonight. There we go. I'm gonna add a little water to this so that it's easier to work with. And then I'm just gonna do my best not to make a huge mess. So by doing it this way, I'm getting nice small splatters. And I'm just doing it all over. I'm not sticking to like a triangle or anything like I normally do. It just felt like something that needed splatters everywhere. And so this isn't going to be quite as opaque as this product usually is because I mixed it with water, and I'm okay with that. It will kind of take on the color from the background a little bit. I'm definitely going to have to wash this water brush after that. You can tell the water is coming out white now. I'm just squeezing all of the water out of this to try to clean it a little bit. And then I'll go run it through the sink after we're done. Okay, there's that, and then wipe up all the ink that I splattered everywhere. I think it turned out really good, actually. I'll show you guys up close. Let me turn on autofocus. Yikes, look how blue it's turning. Ah! Nope. You guys are just gonna see a bunch of blue, sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're talking. That's what it looks like when it's true to color. I think it turned out really good. And don't forget, if you're a subscriber, you can grab those letters that I used, I printed them on clear sticker paper, but you could print them on cardstock or regular paper, whatever you feel like printing on. I think I'm gonna call it here. So don't forget, if you were crafting during our stream tonight, to share your creations on Instagram using our hashtag #MIMCraftyStream. It's right here on the screen if you need to see it. And then be sure to follow me here and on Instagram. On Instagram and Twitter, that's where I share the stream schedules. And then on here, it does help other people find the channel, find our little crafty community so that we can always grow and welcome new people. And then in addition to that, stream subscriptions are available as always. And if you guys have any questions about any of the supplies or anything that I used for this, or if you were here when I was working on like this one or anything, I will have the replay on YouTube with a full product list within the next few days, and I'll also have a post on my blog with the product list for you guys. But of course, if you have any other questions, just let me know either here or on Instagram, and I'm happy to help. And then as always, feel free to join us in the Creatives Club Facebook group where we share all sorts of stuff, and then I also add some free downloads in there as well, and the link to that is in my Instagram bio. Alrighty friends, our next stream is Thursday, this coming Thursday, so 2 days from now at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I cannot wait to get crafty with you guys. Thanks so much for keeping me company tonight, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!